I'm Catherine Dow. It's Tuesday, July 22nd. Today, calming curbs.
And they're just whipping down the street.
The new traffic devices the city of Winnipeg could be installing this summer in your neighborhood. Also today, suspect at large. Police need your help in finding a suspect in a machete attack that almost killed an 18-year-old man. Plus, a fly on the wall.
Some people say they taste like buttery popcorn.
They may be a nuisance. Why fish flies are essential for our ecosystem. And did you know that you can eat them? Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Marilee is away. They're called traffic calming curbs. They're designed to reduce the risk of pedestrians getting hit by cars. And the city of Winnipeg may soon be installing them in your neighborhood. Join me now live to explain more is CTV's Taylor Brock. So Taylor, what are these calming curbs and how do they work?
Well, Catherine, traffic calming curbs, or TC curbs, are designed to slow drivers down in areas like school zones and crosswalks. And it's because in some neighborhoods, drivers just aren't obeying the speed limits.
Saturdays and evenings, it's whatever they want to do. And generally, it's sports cars, younger people, and they're just whipping down the street.
TC curbs are pre-made using yellow-colored concrete. Next, they're placed where needed and marked by signs and posts. The city of Winnipeg says they're affordable, will minimize conflict between pedestrians, cyclists, and cars, and increase safety. As you can see in this promotional video, the curbs force vehicles down to one lane when passing pedestrian crossings, and that's just one of their uses. The city says it's placing TC curbs in areas where speeding is an issue, at intersections with wide corners and at crosswalks with poor visibility.
These globs of concrete that they're putting in are very inexpensive in comparison to doing a rehabilitation in one section. So I think we've got 13 or 14 areas in the city that we're putting them into. So I'm very excited about it.
The curbs will be installed next month. Winnipeg is also working with Art City Inc. to install asphalt art in some locations to increase visibility and beautify the area. Now, the city says it will monitor driving behavior around the TC curbs and make adjustments as needed.
So Taylor, will these TC curbs become a permanent part of Winnipeg streets?
Well, the city says the curbs are actually a temporary measure. If they're effective, they'll be replaced by permanent traffic calming measures.
All right, thanks for this, Taylor. A provincial park that closed this past summer due to wildfire is now reopening to residents, cottagers, and commercial operators. Manitoba Park says while the fire does remain out of control, suppression efforts will allow Nopaming Provincial Park to reopen on Friday at 9 a.m. Provincial roads 314 and 304 will also reopen. Bird Lake Campground is open, but all other campgrounds will remain closed for the season, as will all backcountry water routes and hiking trails in the park. The province warns burn zones pose a safety risk, and visible flame and smoke will persist into the fall. Mounties are asking you to be on the lookout for a suspect who escaped from the back of a police vehicle on Monday. It happened in Shamawa-Win Cree Nation. That's in the north part of the Interlake west of Grand Rapids. RCMP say 30-year-old Roberto Easter was arrested on charges of breaching conditions, placed in handcuffs, and put into a police vehicle. However, a 28-year-old woman allegedly let him out and he ran into the bush. RCMP say there is no threat to public safety, but they are encouraging anyone with information to call the Shamawa-Win detachment. The woman was arrested and is facing several charges. Winnipeg police are looking for your help to find a suspect in a machete attack that almost killed an 18-year-old man. Police were called to a convenience store in the 800 block of Selkirk Avenue on July 13th. There was a man lying outside bleeding profusely. The victim is now recovering from his injuries in hospital. Police say the victim and a teenage female asked a man on a bike if he could lend them some money for the store. Police say without warning, the man on the bike attacked them with a machete. Police are looking for a man on a BMX-style bicycle. He had a black backpack and was wearing a ball cap that may have had a white New York Yankees logo on the front. If you have any information, you're asked to contact police or Crime Stoppers. A 34-year-old woman from Winnipeg has died in a collision on a rural highway north of Arborg. RCMP say it happened late Monday afternoon at the intersections of Highway 326 and 329 in the RM of Bifrost. Mounties say the woman's westbound sedan attempted to cross the intersection when it was T-boned by a pickup truck. The woman was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the pickup truck, a 58-year-old man from Arborg, did not suffer any physical injuries. His passenger, a 53-year-old woman, also from Arborg, was taken to hospital with minor injuries. The investigation continues. Manitoba and Saskatchewan have agreed to work together to increase trade through the port of Churchill on Hudson Bay. Manitoba Premier Wab Kinew has been touting increased exports through Churchill as a way to diversify trade and become less reliant on the United States. Today's agreement includes Arctic Gateway Group, which owns the port, and the rail line that leads to it. Under the 5-year agreement, the company will expand freight capacity and lengthen the shipping season. The Saskatchewan government will mobilize commodity producers and exporters to send more goods through the port. And Manitoba will try to secure federal infrastructure funding and regulatory support. Winnipeg police have arrested a corrections officer on charges of allegedly sexually assaulting 2 inmates he was guarding. Police say the separate incidents happened in December and January. In both cases, investigators say 2 corrections officers were guarding male inmates while they were receiving medical care in hospital. When one guard left the room for a moment, the other is accused of sexually assaulting the inmates, in one case with a weapon. A 37-year-old man was arrested last week and released on an undertaking. An important traffic note to tell you about. The city's going to start closing traffic lanes at a major intersection starting tonight. Thousands of vehicles travel through Abinogi-Mikana and St. Mary's Road in St. Vital every day. But crews need to repave the intersection, and they'll be working overnight to minimize traffic disruptions. But closures are bound to cause some traffic delays. Lane closures begin at around 6 in the evening and return to normal at 6 in the morning. The closures start at 4 in the afternoon this weekend. Work is expected to be complete on Tuesday, July 29th. You can visit Winnipeg Transit's website for bus reroutes. A new contest is raising awareness about local artists and a center that helps and protects abused children.
We saw a lot of people driving by, and I thought, why don't we have them stopping by and seeing who the artists were and learning a little bit more about the artists, a little bit more about the Toba Center.
Bison on the Boulevard is a campaign by the Toba Center for Children and Youth. 26 colorful bison statues line Roblin Boulevard. Now Take Pride Winnipeg wants you to take a closer look at them. It has launched a contest. All you have to do, take a selfie with a bison and share it to Instagram or Facebook for a chance to win prizes. And it's hoped that more people understand the stories that the bison are trying to tell.
When you take time to explore each of these bison and hear the stories that the artists provided on how they came up with their designs for the bison, it just tells incredible stories, 26 of them. When you post your selfie, use the hashtag Bison on the Boulevard, and that's BLVD, and tag the Toba Center and Take Pride Winnipeg. The contest closes September 30th. Winners are announced October 1st. CTV weather specialist Colleen Brady joins us with a first look at your Skywatch evening forecast. Quite the rainy and smoky Tuesday out there, Colleen.
That's right. Just like we saw yesterday, we had showers and it was soggy. Cue the smoke now that the showers are starting to clear out of Manitoba. So you can see not much happening now because those rain showers that crossed southern Manitoba over the last several hours are now making their way into northwestern Ontario. In behind, a cold front is bringing along smoke, and that's why we have air quality warnings tonight for really all of central and much of northern Manitoba over the border into northern Ontario. But before too long, likely to see some air quality warnings expanded further southward into places like Winnipeg. Look for smoke to really return to areas like the city, the Red River Valley, and out to the west as well tonight and into tomorrow. So I have more details on how long that's expected to last and a look at when temperatures are going to start to heat up too coming up. Let's take a look right now through the Bath Fitter Live. Bath Fitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. In Winnipeg right now, after the rain, it's cloudy and 22 degrees, but it's muggy out there. It feels like 28 with humidex. Northeast winds at 16 kilometers an hour. The pressure is dropping and the humidity is 74%. Out in traffic, a live look at Kenaston Boulevard. Traffic busy there. A bad spot though right now, right smack in the middle of the Disraeli Freeway. Once you get over that first hump at Sutherland, there has been a collision. The northbound middle lane is blocked. Expect delays all the way back to Main Street.
We're looking at the clock behind me. It's shooting up at just under $4,000 a minute.
This truck tracks the Manitoba government's increasing debt in real time. After the break, how much money every Manitoban could owe by the end of the year.
Have a news tip? When you see news happening, let CTV News Winnipeg know. Text your tips, pictures, and videos to 10400. That's 10400. Message and data rates may apply.
The Transportation Safety Board of Canada is investigating a mishap involving a float plane in the Lac du Bonnet area. RCMP say the plane managed to land on the Winnipeg River near the community safely on Monday. But while it was taxiing to shore, one of the floats went underwater and the plane flipped over. The pilot, a 27-year-old man from Snow Lake, managed to escape before the plane went under. He was uninjured. Police stopped a man on a bicycle in North Point, Douglas, and discovered there was a warrant for his arrest. While arresting the man, they searched his backpack and allegedly found these: 2 fully operational homemade tasers. Police say they also found other unidentified weapons, bear spray, and a few $100s worth of illegal drugs, including crack cocaine and meth. A 41-year-old man now faces multiple drugs and weapon-related charges. The Canadian Taxpayers Federation says Manitobans pay the second highest per-person debt interest charges in Canada. Every year, the organization uses its traveling debt clock to show the provincial government's rising debt and interest charges in real time. According to the CTF, Manitoba's debt will be about $36.5 billion by the end of the year. That's more than $24,000 per Manitoban. On top of that, Manitoba also will pay an estimated $2 billion in debt interest, or about $1,500 per Manitoban.
So Manitobans go and they do their taxes. Look how much money they're sending to Broadway every year. It's kind of a waste to see that $1,500 of that number is being spent not on services, not on salaries for important employees, but purely on wasted debt interest.
The CTF says the province needs to curb what it calls corporate welfare and bring down provincial government salaries. This week, the debt clock truck is making stops across Manitoba. An outdoor pool in Brandon is set to make a splash. The Kinsman Pool will open for the season tomorrow morning at 11. Opening of the outdoor pool was delayed this summer due to mechanical issues. It's now undergone repairs and an inspection and is now ready to welcome swimmers. A full schedule of activities at the pool can be found on the City of Brandon's website. The Prince of Darkness and the godfather of heavy metal has died. That and more just ahead in the Spotlight.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Brett Kissel.
Colleen Brady has your Spotlight today. Colleen, some shocking news from the rock and roll world.
Absolutely. Ozzy Osbourne, frontman of heavy metal band Black Sabbath and reality TV star, has died. Osbourne performed his final bow concert in the U.S. earlier this month. His family announced his death on social media today. He earned his infamy biting the head off a bat on stage and his drug-fueled lifestyle. Later, he reinvented himself as a lovable and foul-mouthed reality TV star. The so-called Prince of Darkness has sold more than 100 million records worldwide. Ozzy Osbourne was 76.
Kind of can't believe it. I thought he was going to outlive us all.
I know.
Honestly.
Yeah.
He'll be missed. Yeah. Okay, now to a show Johnny Cash fans are going to love.
That's right. It was a performance that cemented his image as a champion of the downtrodden. And now you can relive Johnny Cash's infamous Folsom Prison show here in Winnipeg.
I hear the train a-coming. It's rolling around the bend.
That's Calgary-based actor and musician Devin Brain. But on November 12th, he'll be taking the stage at the Burton Cummings Theatre as the Man in Black for Folsom Prison Revisited. Tickets go on sale Friday through Ticketmaster.
Sounds just like him. Amazing. Meanwhile, a popular Manitoba festival is turning 60.
That's right, Catherine. The Manitoba Sunflower Festival in Altona is celebrating with a weekend full of fun.
It'll be a packed weekend, fun time for families.
Events have shifted over the years from Altona's downtown area to the Park and Exhibition Center. This year's Sunflower Festival kicks off with a community meal and movies in the park Thursday evening, but it really gets going Friday. There's the Sunflower Queen crowning, children's activities, a parade, live entertainment, and the return of the popular ping pong drop, which had to be moved from the center of town.
But there were some issues with balls landing on the roofs of businesses and people climbing stores and to try and find the right ball to get the grand prize.
I can see how that would be problematic, Catherine. Now, instead of a plane, it will now be done by drone at a wide-open baseball diamond. You can find a full schedule of events on the Manitoba Sunflower Festival website.
I'm competitive like that. I'd be scaling businesses too,
no
so
kidding, right?
Good on them.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Birds Hill Park has turned into a bit of a time machine thanks to a movie production.
This is very cool. If you visit the park, you might be transported back to an infamous moment from the 20th century. A section of the park is being transformed into the grassy knoll, a site that sparked countless conspiracy theories surrounding the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. It's part of the film production for November 1963, a mob movie starring John Travolta that retells the story of the assassination. In the decades since JFK was killed, many have claimed there was a second gunman perched atop the grassy knoll at Dealey Plaza, although those theories have largely been debunked.
I know everyone wants to meet Travolta. I want to meet Mandy Patinkin. If he's out there, I'm a huge fan.
I'd love to meet both.
I mean, yeah. What am I going to say? No John Travolta, not now. Both of them are
Mandy.
legends.
Yes.
All right, thanks for that, Colleen.
You're welcome. If you're both out there, we'd love to meet you. Your primetime lineup kicks off at 7 with E-Talk, followed by The Amazing Race Canada at 9. Then Battle of the Generations wraps up the night at 10, all right here on CTV. A live look into Osborne Village. Busy there, but moving well. One traffic note, La Jamodiere at Marion. At last word, train crossing signals were flashing red, causing significant delays. Right now in Winnipeg, 22 degrees with a humidex. It feels a lot warmer than that.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon. CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Well, about 24 hours ago, some thunderstorms made their way into Winnipeg and to the south of the city. The ones that passed to the south became severe at times and were even tornado warned for a few minutes. Now, Environment Canada says no tornadoes touched down, so that's good. Today, we have thunderstorms again across the prairies, but here in Manitoba anyway, what's gone through has been non-severe. They're pushing off now into northwestern Ontario. I'll zoom in here and show you a quicker look. You can see those storms passing through and quite significant amounts of rain, but again, they are non-severe, those thunderstorms, so that's good news. But in behind this precipitation, as it continues to push east and a cold front comes along with it, in behind, even behind the front, comes the smoke once again, and it's left all of central and much of northern Manitoba under an air quality warning, next door too over the border into parts of northwestern Ontario. That smoke is spreading east into Ontario, but it is also spreading south. Areas like Winnipeg and Brandon, don't be surprised if air quality warnings get expanded to our cities in the coming hours. Widespread smoke is expected here in Winnipeg by late tonight. We start off early this evening with a slight chance of more showers here in the city, but beyond that, we'll see generally partly cloudy skies across the south, clearer in the north, but entirely mitigated across Manitoba by that widespread smoke. And it will be widespread across much of the province, the exception being up in the most northeastern parts of Manitoba. We get into tomorrow more of a mix of sun and cloud in some areas. A little bit of rain perhaps pops up in the southwest in the afternoon. But again, expect the widespread smoke to continue. And then as we move overnight into Thursday morning, conditions should start to improve. We'll see how it goes, though it's a little iffy at this point with respect to that smoke. But for tonight, partly cloudy down to 15 degrees. Late this evening is when that smoke is expected to really invade the city and continue throughout the day tomorrow. 24 is the high for Wednesday, a mix of sun and cloud. The UV index for Wednesday is back up to 8 or very high. Then we start to warm back up. 25 degrees on Thursday, up to 28 and sunny on Friday. And then look at the weekend. Now there's the chance of showers, albeit a low on both Saturday and Sunday. 29 Saturday, 27 on Sunday, 25 on Monday under a mix of sun and cloud. To our weather photos we go, and a smoky look out on Falcon Lake. That photo is from George. And our next photo is from Darlene. Some beautiful clouds last evening over St. Andrews. Send us your photos to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Thanks, Colleen. If you visited Lake Winnipeg or other waterways recently, you may have had to step through swarms of fish flies. While it can be a nuisance, researchers say it's actually a good thing.
It's good that we see lots of mayflies.
Entomology professor Jason Gibbs says that's because a healthy community of fish flies is a sign of healthy water quality. Gibbs says the insects live in aquatic environments and mass emerge for a very short time to mate before they disappear until next season. He adds that they're harmless and are even edible.
They can be a little bit nutty, they can be a little earthy flavor. Some people say they taste like buttery popcorn. Probably depends on the mayfly and the person.
I'll take his word for it.
Yeah.
Gibbs says mayflies are high in protein and low in fat. For those interested in trying a bite, Gibbs says the recommended method is to hold them by the wings and bite off the body. I'll just get popcorn.
Yeah, to each their own, and no thank you.
No thanks. And also, yeah, I'll just keep my distance from those fish flies.
Very
Let
good,
them
me
do their
too.
thing. Made away. Okay, CTV National with Sandy Ronaldo starts now, but we will see you back here for CTV News at 6. Don't miss it.